Hello and welcome everybody to Talking Golf Tuesday, February 7th. We have some golf news. New Titleist Pro V1s came in. Have you seen the new box? Pro V1x's with my custom logo on there. I just go through golfballs.com. Not a sponsor, I just go through them and I get my custom logos. They're fine. I like it because they're easy to identify. None of this, what are you playing? What are you playing? I'm like, mine have my big logo on it, H. You'll find them not in the fairway, sinking to the bottom of the water hazards. So yeah, that's something that happened. Oh, the other thing that happened, Rick Shields. I don't know if you guys saw this video. If you're watching this video, you've probably seen the Rick Shields video where he goes with Stacked Golf thrift shopping, which is super awesome and exciting. And so that generated lots of conversation, right? People are asking me, well, where do you get your clubs? Right now, it's almost entirely eBay. I mean, I have a great patron in Torlev. He sends me lots of stuff. Thank you, Torlev. He's an honorary crew member here at The Vintage Golfer. Other than that, it just doesn't make sense for me to go thrifting too much. The local Goodwills have stopped doing their showcase, and all their nice golf clubs go to be sold online. So I just don't find very many good deals there. It's, if I make videos about it, it would just be 9 days out of 10. Here we are at Goodwill and nothing that I don't already have. Oh, so like in Minnesota, so here's my philosophy, okay? So I look for clubs to review or that I'm interested in. I don't just buy things because they're cheap to resell. I'm not a reseller. So in Minnesota, I found a Ping G2 driver, and they wanted, I think, $9 for it or something. And I was like, oh, that's a lovely driver. I already have one. I used to have two, gave one away, but now I have one. So I don't need another one, So I'm just going to let somebody who is new to golf or who wants that club, or even a reseller, just buy that, because I'm not interested in that club. I already have it. So maybe, kind of a different philosophy than some other people, but that's kind of my life. I don't go to Goodwills very often. I'm not looking for rando clubs. I'm looking for clubs that I have like a want list of requested clubs or clubs that I think are historically significant that I am actively seeking. And so it's not time efficient to go thrifting for those. Now, that said, occasionally I'm at Goodwill, like last week, and it was right after the Stacked Golf Rick Shields thing. I'm like, I wonder if there's anything good. I haven't been to my Goodwill for a few weeks. Let me go to my Goodwill and see what hasn't been picked over. All the golf clubs picked over, whatever, nothing. But then I turn around the corner and what is this? Are you kidding me? Do you know how much they wanted for it? It was an absurd amount. They wanted $10 for a poster. Do you remember when posters were like 99 cents or like a couple bucks? You remember that? Nobody? All right, well. Anyway, I spent $10 for a Back to the Future poster. It made me happy. So I got it. Nothing to do with golf. Not going to be in any video except for this one, I guess, because it just rolled it into this video. But anyway, there are still some fun reasons to go to Goodwill. So I was happy that at least something came out of it. Other golf news. Oh, should I tell you about YouTube channels that I watch? Stacked Golf is always fun. Rick Shields, Mark Crossfield, Coach Lockie, Dan Hendrickson are the ones that come to mind. I subscribe to the Ping channel. Oh, one that everybody who watches this channel might be interested in is the Classic Golf Clubs channel. Highly recommended. It's great. He goes into great detail, like functional detail about clubs, classic golf clubs. I'm more about the excitement and the pop culture of it all and like rah, the emotional side of it. I call it the X factor, right? How do you feel about these clubs? What are your memories about the clubs? Kind of a review where he goes into some great detail about restoration and maintenance of clubs. So definitely worth a look if you're interested in vintage clubs, classic clubs, or just golf in general. Very fun channel. That said, we have the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday, but we're not here to talk about that. Let's talk about fantasy golf. So the Pebble Beach Pro-Am is going on. I'm filming this on Monday, so it's going on right now. So I'm just going to put up the leaderboard here. This is the season leaders and this week's leaders. Later tonight I'll have this information, so I'll just put it here so you can see. If you would like to have your name on here, all you need to do is go to the PGA website, go to Fantasy Golf, create an account, and join the Vintage Golfer League. There'll be a link in the description below. Free. It's free. Just join and you can earn your way. If you choose some good players, they can earn your way into this leaderboard. So it's always fun. I really enjoy it. It helps me, we watch golf more nowadays, especially like the Super Bowls going on and the Pro Bowl. So instead of watching the Pro Bowl, we were watching golf this weekend. It was great. So be sure to join and play if you would like. Now, to conclude, let's talk a little bit about this channel, some things that I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in like investing, collecting valuable clubs, like the McGregor M09 LFF. Okay, I recognize that's an amazing club. That's an historical club. But am I going to buy one and showcase it on this channel? The answer is no. Like, people have offered to sell me some. And I'm just like, it's not interesting to me because it's not readily accessible. Does that make sense? Like, I review like a Tony Penn of Mod 1, or even the Jupiter Slugger, I feel like is more accessible than the M09 or the 80s M09, right? You can still buy an 80s M09 for like $100 and go play it. It's fun. It's historical. It's vintage 80s. I love stuff like that. But to me, just the idea of let's buy this valuable club and put it on our wall. Hey friends, come over and look at this beautiful golf club. And they're like, yeah, that's great. Do you want to go golfing? Yeah, let's go. Let's ditch this old, unusable because it's so expensive golf club and let's go golfing, There's going to be somebody out there who plays an original M09. If you do, let us know in the comments below, because that's interesting to me. I don't know. Same with like the Wilson, the original Wilson 8802. Those things are becoming so expensive. I don't imagine a lot of people are going to be playing in high quality, well-maintained original version of those. There might be some beaters, that have been pretty much destroyed that might be kicking around in somebody's bag, but those are also kind of hard for me to get excited about. I'm more interested in like an Iron Master. You can find Iron Masters now still at thrift stores. You can buy them online for like 30, I guess with inflation and shipping and stuff, maybe more like $50. You can still find them and play them. So those are kind of more what this channel is about, the playing of golf clubs, the excitement of that. So let me know your thoughts. What clubs? Now, these Talking Tuesdays are a great time. They are a great time for you to request clubs for me to review. It's also a great time to discuss things. Like, I want to know where you guys acquire your vintage clubs. Do you go to garage sales? Do you go to secondhand stores, thrift stores, sporting goods stores? Where do you go? Interested to read. I mean, imagine it's different in every city and every state. So I just want to know. It would be fun. And what golf channels do you subscribe to? What golf channels do you think are underrated? Please say the Vintage Golfer. Okay, I think I love my subscriber base. I think I'm doing really well. I really like where I'm at right now on YouTube. It's just a lot of fun. And I also want to know what's in your bag, like, or more particularly, like just different things. Like, what golf balls do you use with vintage clubs? Do you buy new drivers? Do you prefer older, like irons? Irons can age very well. Drivers, I think, are going to replace. Maybe we should make a video about that. How drivers might be more long-lived than irons, even though historically irons are usually longer-lived than irons because of the driver technology changes that have occurred from the early 90s till now. I think they might have plateaued a little bit. So golf might become more accessible to the masses. We'll see. We'll see how it all works. As usual, thank you to my patrons. I really appreciate your support. It means a lot to me. You can join us on Patreon. I post general support. So I post a few behind the scenes pictures and updates, videos, a few times a month. Nothing that spectacular. But I really appreciate my supporters. You can also support this channel by visiting my Amazon shop. I'll put a link in the description below. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. There's some golf accessories and equipment on that shop. Finally, if you enjoy this content, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I am the Vintage Golfer.